So the full-time whistle goes at Wembley and it finishes Spurs 0, Manchester City 1 in what ended up being a very, very nervy finish. I was watching it through my hands the last 5 or 10 minutes because that game should have been put to bed long ago, but we dug in there, got the 3 points. Let's talk about the game. Yes, guys, this is going to be another really late upload. Like I said, I'm recording this just after the whistle's gone. It's 10 o'clock, so you're probably not going to be seeing this till 11 o'clock at the earliest, I was imagining. So any support you can throw on this tonight, whether that be a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, or leaving your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below would be massively appreciated. And thank you guys again for your continued support on the channel. It really does mean a lot. And like I said in the last video, it is blowing me away right now how much you're loving the content. But yeah, as mentioned, it finished Spurs 0, Man City 1. The first place to start off with is the lineups. That's where we always like to kick things off. And there were a few surprises in both camps. I think he's starting off at Spurs. They're at home. There wasn't a start for Dele Alli, who I was certain was going to come in. No start for Christian Eriksen, who had apparently been suffering with some sort of stomach virus or something like that. So that was the reason he was left out. And Spurs went for like a more physically dominant midfield with the likes of Moussa Sissoko and Eric Dyer in there as well. Dembele. So went for a more physical approach. And at times it looked like it could pay off. The reason I say they went for that approach is because when you look at our midfield, the likes of Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Fernandinho, 3 players there, not a single one of them over 5'9", I don't think. So you can see they're going to be tearing above them. We were very much relying on our technical players to pull us through. And it was the early goal from Mahrez that saw us get all 3 points. The goal came really early on, and it was Raheem Sterling that was the architect of it all. I mean, so often I see comments on my videos of people slagging off Sterling, even City fans saying, you know, the hope he goes to Madrid or they want to see someone else coming in his position. But I don't know why, guys, because he contributes game in, game out, and he's caught with the moment that has won us the 3 points at Wembley today. You know, great persistence, gets on the end of a poor header back, from Kieran Trippier, skins him, pulls it back to Mahrez, who slams it in. Very apt that he scored after what's been going on with Leicester this week. Obviously, very sad news coming out about the owner of the club passing away, as well as the other 4 people involved in the incident, the pilot, the other members of staff as well. So thoughts with everyone involved in that, of course. But yeah, Mahrez scoring very fitting and just showing again that he really is improving. I think that's like 5 or 6 he started in a row now. Didn't play the full 9. Did he play the full 90 today? He might have even played the full 90. No, he didn't. He got subbed off definitely. But he's played a lot of 90 minutes lately, and again played almost that again today. And just a good performance from him all round. General performance-wise, is actually a bit of an odd one to analyse because coming straight off the back of that game, I don't think we were that incredible. I think there was a lot of mistakes in there, weren't super clinical. There's a couple of players that stood out as being excellent. I think Fernandinho, once again in the middle of the park, was absolutely sublime. Laporte made a couple of mistakes, one major one that we got away with, but was still phenomenal when it came to balls going into the box. John Stones, another one for me, was man of the match, was absolutely outstanding back there. There was one mistake where he tried to switch the ball out of play and it went out for a throw. But other than that, again, defending the box, balls coming in was exceptional, and playing on the ball, absolutely outstanding as well. And I think the 2 weakest players on the pitch for us today were actually both of our fullbacks, and for differing reasons as well. Firstly, you got Kyle Walker, of course, playing against Tottenham, his former club, looking to impress, and I genuinely just think he was trying too hard. Nothing was coming up for him. Had a few mistakes, caught out of position a few times, and just didn't have a great game. Rash when he went into a few challenges. You know, rushed a few chances where he had chances to shoot. There was one where he miscued a volley, one where he could have put it on a plate for Aguero and didn't quite pull it off. So Walker was trying a bit too hard against his former club and nothing was really coming off for him. Mendy on the other side, though, was being caught out time and time again defensively, and he's shown once more that he's just a little bit of a rough diamond. I think when we're at home and he's getting a lot more of the ball in the final third, whipping balls in, is absolutely outstanding. But he's had a couple of examinations away from home where he hasn't quite been up to it, and you can see why he's played Laporte at left back in a couple of games, because he's a bit more defensively sound, whereas Mendy, you know, just simple stuff tonight where he wasn't judging the flies of the ball correctly. But the most damning moment for me from Mendy was where Sissoko could have pulled one back for to Tottenham in the first half. He should have squared it and found a man, and he didn't. But Mendy, the ball went under his foot. He should have stopped it, but then he didn't even run back, man. He didn't even try and get back in there, and that was damning. You will not see any forgiveness from Guardiola for that kind of play. He was going to be absolutely slated for that by the manager. I am pretty sure that's something that you can't do in a Man City team with Guardiola at the helm. You can't stop running, and he was very guilty of that in that moment. I've already touched upon how good Fernandinho was. David Silva was absolutely excellent, as always, again in possession, although he did miss an absolutely glorious chance to make it 2-0 at one point, and the ball got squared across to him. He takes a touch where he should have hit it first time, really. Should have then taken his second touch to put it into pretty much what felt like an open goal. And then he's pulled it back to Sterling, who somehow doesn't score, you know. There's a load of bodies in there that it comes off, and he's a bit unlucky, but Silva should have scored that. It's not very often you find us saying stuff poorly about David Silva, sorry. Still had an exceptional game, but that was a moment, and I thought we were going to be made to pay for that when that didn't go in. Bernardo Silva again had a great game in the middle of the park. It's crazy to me that you can have Fernandinho, David Silva and Bernardo in the middle of the park, because we've already touched upon, not very physical at all. I mean, Fernandinho is physical, but not in terms of his stature. Playing against like Sissoko, you know, the height that they've got in there, Sissoko, Dembele was another one, and Dyer, and just still coming out on top in a lot of the exchanges. It's absolutely crazy. But ahead of him, we had Mahrez, as we've already touched upon, scored the winning goal, had a very good game as well. Aguero, who had a couple of half chances, wasn't quite falling for him tonight, but he still did well in terms of holding up the ball and putting a solid performance. And then Sterling again, like I say, set up the goal. His persistence set that up and had a great game overall again. So the front three did well, and although it was a good overall team performance, there's a couple of individual errors that really could have cost us. It's worth pointing out as well, you know, we made errors in that game, which has been unlike us this season. That's only 3 goals conceded in 10 games, and a large reason for that was Ederson. And although he didn't really get called upon too often tonight, one of the biggest moments in the game where he did get called upon was where Harry Kane was through on goal, and he comes out and smothers him and does so well. So Ederson again, phenomenal performance, not in terms of how many saves he's had to make, but when he gets called upon in those vital moments, he steps up and does exactly what he's there to do. So fantastic from Ederson, and I'm pretty sure that's 6 Premier League clean sheets in a row for him now, which is absolutely exemplary. And not only does that speak volumes about Ederson, it speaks volumes about the Laporte-Stones partnership in our back four in general. I mean, you would have seen, if you've been watching this channel since the start of the season, how much I was raving on about Stones and Laporte and how I wanted them to start week in, week out, because I felt that they were the future for the team, and I've shown it again. I mean, a clean sheet at Anfield, a clean sheet at Wembley, Tottenham away. Absolutely fantastic. Just touching on Tottenham very quickly. We're not going to go too in-depth on Tottenham here. Obviously, it's been a City channel, but I think there was some good performance from them today. I think the player that really summarised Tottenham's performance in the whole was Sissoko, who looks very dangerous in certain moments, but then when it came to the vital moment, couldn't quite take the chance. And you know, that summed up Tottenham. You know, there were a lot of huff and puff, but they didn't really work Ederson too much at all. Lamela had a phenomenal chance to make it 1-1, where we should have been made to pay for a mistake, where Mahrez gives the ball away, gets robbed by Dele Alli after he came off the bench, and absolutely terrible miss from Lamela. 1-on-1 versus the keeper, hit it first time over the bar. Shocking. We should have been made to pay for that one. And the other performer I want to talk about for Tottenham was Harry Winks, who came off the bench and looked really good, very energetic, a lot of pace he showed in the middle of the park, which was something that I didn't know he had. Tremendous energy, and you can see why a lot of Spurs fans are a bit excited about Winks. You know, he looked dangerous, and he's certainly someone that's going to start featuring for them in the first team a lot more regularly in the future, you'd think. In the grand scheme of things, it's absolutely fantastic stuff. It puts us back top of the table. Of course, a weekend that put us under significant pressure. We dropped down to 3rd in the table, I believe. We could have even dropped down to 4th, and Tottenham could have overtaken us today. And the fact that we're sitting top, great goal difference. And when you consider the fact that we've now played against Liverpool away, Tottenham away, and Arsenal away, you know, that's absolutely fantastic stuff. Anytime you can pick up 3 points away from home against a top 6 rival is absolutely magnificent. We've done that in every single... Oh no, we drew against Liverpool, obviously, but you know what I mean. We're not losing away from home in these big games, which is vital. And although we may not be scoring as many goals in the big games, we look so much more defensively sound than we did last season. And that's saying something, because last season our defence was great, but it did get targeted a few times. This season, it's just looking incredibly secure. So sublime stuff to see that happening. And like I say, I'm mentioning it again, 3 goals conceded in 10 games. Absolutely ridiculous stat that is. I mean, phenomenal at the back. But yeah, guys, that is going to end this off. It's just been a straight-up match reaction after the game. I do think we deserved all 3 points. We were the team that created the most chances, and I think the fact that Ederson was barely worked in the game speaks volumes. You know, you can't expect to get anything out of the game when you're not working your opposition's goalkeeper, which Tottenham didn't do nearly enough, whereas we had quite a few chances to put that game to bed realistically. It just didn't quite happen, so definitely deserved all 3 points. Absolutely ecstatic about that. And yeah, got to move on and look forward to the next game now. But again, if you did enjoy this video, leave a big thumbs up on it. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below, and let me know who you thought your man of the match was. For me, like I say, John Stones was absolutely exceptional. You could say Mahrez, you know, the moment that won the game. But, you know, a lot of players played well. But for me, John Stones at the back had a lot of work to do and was absolutely exceptional. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That is going to end off this video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will speak to you all next time. Nidge out.